Hey guys, we've had a lot of questions lately about how to do home health documentation better, and especially since that last video where I showed you a day in the life of a home health physical therapist. So today we're going to do just that. I'm going to show you how I do documentation. I have a kind of a light day, about 4 patients. I'm going to show you on a couple of those notes what I do and how I make my day and notes go a lot faster in the home health setting. So we'll get into that in a second, but first, you know what we got to do. We got to get some coffee. Let's go.
Alright, well, welcome to my setup this morning. It's my home office, aka the kitchen. I got my bagel, got my coffee, got my tablet, and my extra keyboard. I'll show you why I use that in a second, but just giving you another look in the day of the life of a home health physical therapist and what we've got in store. Today, I'm going to show you how I use my system for documenting to make my life quicker, especially with this tablet. You might have one of these tablets, a little Samsung tablet. It's like a love-hate relationship. Some things are really nice on this thing, some things are really horrible, but there's one feature that I really like for the home health setting, and I'll show you what that is here in a second. While we're here, let's look at the setup that I've got. So this little tablet with keyboard and case, who makes this keyboard? It's a Cooper case, Cooper keyboard, Cooper case, and Work provides it for me. So the home health company provides this. This little tablet thing comes right off. These tablets or these keyboards are horrible. It'll like double, triple, quadruple type letters. You don't like that. So I got this secondary keyboard myself. It's an O-Motion. I'll put a link below in the description to Amazon where I got this thing. I don't know how much it was. I think it was less than 20 bucks, and it's a great keyboard. So when I'm at home, if I'm set up like this and I'm doing my notes, typing a lot, I'll type with this. But a lot of times I'll dictate into the tablet. So for example, when you have any document open or the EMR that you're using, you can click on the field space and that microphone tab will come up. As soon as you click on the microphone tab, then you can start talking into the tablet. So let's give a quick subjective line or two from what we might hear a patient tell us. The patient reports decreased pain in her knee and better ability to stand up from a chair without pushing up from the chair with her arms, period. Okay, so not too bad. It picks it up pretty well. Okay, that's funny. All right, so you can see how that could speed things up pretty quickly, and especially if you're using the home health therapy documentation templates that give you assessment phrases and examples on how to phrase your assessments and to verbalize or to write out cohesive lines, because by the end of the day, your brain is probably fried from seeing 7 or 8 patients, and if you have to write out notes, sometimes it's hard to turn into creative writing mode, so that's why I created those. So for example, here, if we're writing an assessment phrase, I might say something like this. The patient demonstrates improved movement patterns with sit-to-stand functional transfers, but lacks balance and coordination as noted by increased sway during the Romberg test, period. Continue to focus on dynamic stability tasks and reaching from a Romberg and semi-tandem position, period. Okay, so the voice typing option is really nice to have on this tablet, so that makes life really easy if you know exactly what you're going to say, but sometimes it's just hard to put the words out onto the tablet and you say a bunch of ums and uhs, but you'll get better at that as you practice. Something else that I really like is the smart typing or the quick typing feature, so let's take a look at that here. So a lot of times I will introduce an exercise that we've performed with a line that demonstrates that the patient understands what we were doing and that we provided instruction for the skilled treatment. So that line sounds like this: patient instructed in with return demonstration of the following. And so instead of writing that out every single time, I simply made a shortcut, and every time I type in there PII, I had that line. So patient instructed in with return demonstration of the following, right there. I mean, I could type that so quickly, just like so. And there are sequences of exercises that I often do as warm-ups. And so, for example, if I wanted to write a seated or standing exercise, you can see right here, it is about to be typed. I have it shortcut as seated 1, and then you'll see my seated exercises that I go for routine. So ankle pumps, heel raises, marches, long arc quads. And if I want to change some things up, I can simply
change the verbal cueing percentage that I might have done. I can thumb up here really quickly and change the number of repetitions. You can even make your own shortcuts that have different variations of repetitions. So if that's something that you want to play with, you can certainly do that. But accessing those is really pretty simple. So when I tap on the screen here, I get to my Smart Typing tab, and I can see text shortcuts, which is amazing. I have quite a few shortcuts here that I'll write. So for example, when I type in BAL 1 as my balance 1, it'll give me my shortcut for what I perform with the balance 1 routine. So let's take a look at that, what that looks like. If I type it on my keyboard itself, it won't pop up. I have to tap on here and it will give me that option in the middle, and it'll show me my standing routine that I can change really quickly if I change the repetitions, or I can totally delete a line if I didn't perform that task for the day. And so it makes it super simple.
Now, by no means do I want you just to start copying and pasting all of the notes that you do with every single patient. That's why I have variations of exercises. So it's no surprise that people need unique exercises in the home, but sometimes I do a kind of a sequence for a warm-up. Why would I want to type that same thing over and over again? I'm going to put that into the tablet here. Really quickly use the Smart Typing feature on this Samsung tablet, and it spits out that routine, and I just saved 15-20 seconds for that one paragraph. I didn't have to type it out. I didn't have to speak it out. I just typed in 3 letters and it spit out my entire lower extremity sequence for the warm-up. And I have that set up for both assessment phrases and other exercises, objective measures, things that I observe in the clinic, and I have little blanks that I can put the actual measurement in. So it's not a copy paste system to write the same thing for every single patient. It's a copy and paste system to write the things that you often write, but to be able to provide the specific measurements and the specific parameters that you performed for that one person very quickly, without having to write the same stuff over and over again. So it's a real time saver. I include some of those tips and assessment phrases in the home health documentation templates, and we'll expand it with more detail on how to perform these smart typing features as well. So be sure to check those out in the comments below. So I think that's a really nice way that you can save time when you're doing your notes and documenting, and it's how I get to my notes pretty quickly after a long day of seeing patients. So I've got to check on my tablet. I think they're sending me a start of care. That just means that this person has not had physical therapy or nursing yet. And so it might take a little bit of time today because I got to go in and do some medical med rec and all that fun stuff that comes with the start of care. So I'm going to go prep that. If you have any questions on this setup, go ahead and make a comment below. I'll try to answer that. If you found this to be helpful, save you a little bit of time, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you subscribe because I got more videos like this coming your way. And appreciate you watching. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.